Hey guys, good morning everyone. Welcome to our daily stock market insights. Time now is 1:28 in the morning of December 11th. So this is a pre-open stock market insights for the Philippine market. And for those people who are watching this for the very first time, this is Miss JD, and I do review stocks in the Philippine market and likewise in the US market if you guys would like to request for these stocks to be reviewed. If there are no requests, I still do this on a daily basis. I check out the most trending stocks in the market and document my insights. I am not a financial guru. I'm doing this just for my own consumption and for those people who find value in what we share here. I appreciate that. I'm reading all your comments, by the way. So if you like this type of content, I'm inviting you to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're always updated whenever I have new videos. Okay, so let's get started. We have here our index, which I normally start our discussions with. And okay, let me just set up my indicators. And let me just go back to the index right there. Okay, as you can see here, our index has somewhat recovered from a significant drop over here. I was even expecting for it to go as low as the MA20 line, but good thing it managed to recover right away at this very same point over here. So it looks like it is not indeed up to the MA20 level, but it looks like it is trying to establish a new support right at this area. But right very near that is uh, possible resistance as well around the 7,202 level. So we're expecting for this one to still be somewhat of a strong resistance because multiple times whenever we go near that level, we have some rejection that's happening. So tomorrow could be another green, but definitely we'll test this 7,200 level. All right. So how far are we from I know I did this previously and we're already I think halfway from reaching the previous peak, even up to this level, the pre-pandemic months. So we are just 1,000 more before we could reach that. Okay, now let's see how our major stocks played today. So it's really worth looking at the individual stocks here. Oh, let me start with because I went to the main page of Instagrams and I found some trending stocks right there, and one of which is, let's see, we have okay, let's start with Dito over here. We had a slight decline, but I think this is just a product of the significant move that happened last 7th of December. So 2 days in a row with profit taking. But I am still confident that this 7 peso area is still our support. And so I think it's just going to stabilize right there. If it is going to drop, it's not really going to have a significant drop because a lot of positive things are happening around Dito, and there's foreign buying. That's nice. We're not even in the oversold or overbought level yet. So our RSI is still looking healthy at this point. So if you're a long-term investor, it's okay to even get in as near as you can to the 7 peso area. But for traders, make sure if you want to still engage in trading the stock, use a faster time frame and make sure you're able to really watch the market because in the past few months, Dito has been, moving on a very volatile, yeah, it has a very volatile movement previous months. Okay, so these long wicks over here could be deceiving, right? Halfway, halfway you might think that it's a green bullish candlestick, but as the market close or as we go near the closing time, sometimes that's where they start selling and then it massively goes down, like what happened right here. Start at the beginning of the day, we start high and then we end low. All right, so 7 peso area is still for me a support level. Okay, let's talk about AR, which is Abra. Yesterday I said there could be a big possibility that we might have a gap up here, but I said that be extra careful because there could be some profit taking right away that will happen, which is right over here, 0.0031, and then it went all the way to 0.0026. Good thing there's even a slight green here, but this kind of candlestick for me, I'm not really very confident. Although there's foreign buying, that's nice, but just be very, very careful. I don't see any catalyst in this stock, or maybe I just don't know. But I don't see any big news that give might give this stock a more sustained growth. So it is probably going to really reverse eventually, but this kind of drastic, significant change is scary because it can go back drastically as well. Okay, so if you want, well, I'm seeing this next level would be 0.0038 because I see this level over here. Okay, so just in case it goes up some more, expect that as we go near 0.0039, there could be some profit taking. In fact, for me, this candlestick, I find this candlestick as a bearish candlestick already because when it reached this level, people took profit, and we might have some more declines as well, right? FNI, I know it also gave us some, a gap up that happened. All right, so just bear in mind that look at the volume over here. Not much volume, but there's foreign buying, and we are sitting at a resistance area. So two things can happen, right? We can either break that, or we can have some profit taking as well. See this? There's also a significant climb from starting this point over here to here. Very, very steep climb. So let us first observe. Probably tomorrow you can decide tomorrow if you want. Let the entire day play, and then at the end of the day, wherever it falls, is it below the 2.48 or higher than 2.49? Then that's the time you can make a decision. Because if it goes higher than 2.48 or 2.49, then you have a breakout play there. Okay. Otherwise, you can wait for it to calm down first and wait for people to take profit, and then when it dips, and that's the time you take advantage of it. The nearer you are, perhaps to the MA20 level or this level over here, that could be a much better entry. The next one is MWIDE. MWIDE. MWIDE over here, we broke the MA20. Okay, so we went down over here. We had a continuation, and as we go near the MA20, there was a rejection. So initially, in my previous videos, I thought that this could be our support, but we broke that support, and so far this MA20 right now is acting as our resistance. So we'll see if it continues to just stabilize here, then this could just be a slight overshoot down below here, and then recover probably. So maybe it just did an overshoot, and then we could go up again, or it could do this, stabilize, and then go up. Okay, why am I saying that it will go up? Because eventually after this very, very massive sell-off, and then we did some sideways, I can say that this is already your bottom, and then we're slowly climbing up and recovering. So between it going down and moving up, there's a big upside in this equation here. We already experienced the bottom, and then your risk over here versus the possible reward over here, of course there's a bigger chance of being profitable at this point. You just have to manage your expectations that movements here, like what happened in the previous months, of course, there aren't really big moves, right? Every single day you only have 3%, 4%. So manage your expectations. We might have those kinds of um, progress in the coming days, right? The next one is nickel. Nickel over here. Okay. So just be extra careful because, well, as you can see here, while the price is moving higher, your RSI, on the other hand, is giving us some declining momentum. So maybe this red candlestick could already mean that people are starting to consider, taking some profit. It's already very high, guys. This is actually sitting at a possible resistance. So if you are profitable, consider, if you don't want to exit all the way, you can lock in some profit, like share, probably sell a portion of your share, and then when it drops, then go ahead, you can buy it again. At least you have already set aside some gains right there, and just play again your uh, capital, or you set aside your capital and then play your game. Either way, just decide on it. What's important is you have already locked in some gains. SSI. SSI, okay. Interesting. But we're still technically at a very cheap level if you come to think of it, right? We're just starting to recover. So maybe we can set this price level as a possible support. The reason why I'm saying that is because when it reached this level, there was a bounce that happened on the same day, and then it stopped right here. And you also had some consolidation that happened right at this area. So probably it will just do something like this, and sorry, might do something like this, sideways, and move up again. Okay, because we're still at a very cheap area. Now if it drops, just set your expectation. At what point are you willing to hold onto your position before you let go? If you're trading this, then that should be your plan even before you engage in the stock. Up to which point I'm willing to hold on to my position before I cut my loss. Um, don't wait for it to, if you decide to do cut loss, if that's part of your strategy, don't wait for your negative to be so huge before you get out, because if that's the case, I don't even recommend you cutting your loss if you were not able to monitor it, and it reached, where let's say 15%, 20%, and you placed in a very huge amount. It's going to be very painful to to swallow. So if that's the case, and you were not able to watch the market and it dropped significantly, I'd say, well, we got to pay the price. We got to wait before it goes up, because we know that at one point it will eventually recover, but it's just a matter of time. And it's then you asking yourself, am I willing to wait? If you're willing to wait, then okay, fine. You can even buy some more when it goes lower, right? So the main journey here in the stock market is that the reality of the matter is it just goes up and down. Now if you were not able to enter at the right timing, and you don't want to lose money, and then all you gotta do is just wait. So it's a double-edged sword. True, you will not be able to lose that money because it's just a paper loss, but it's the element of time that you're losing. You could have traded somewhere else that could bring you more profit, or yeah, if you're a long-term investor, then you can just buy somewhere, right? So what's important is you have to create that strategy that works for you, right? I've shared my portfolio. I have this one stock that I was not able to monitor, and that's actually ATN. I was not able to exit properly. I was not able to watch the market. And my negative right now for that is, I think my average there is around 1 peso and 30 something. Okay, and we're already at the 0.97. But imagine how many months I had to wait. Let's say I cannot even remember when was that, around 2019 if I'm not mistaken. Let us say I entered right here, okay, around 138 for example, because it's just around that area. I had a drop, okay, where at the time of the pandemic, the drop was so huge, and I was not able to catch it. I was not able to monitor it, and I had to pay the price. It's almost a year or more than a year now, and I'm still holding on to my very tiny position. Good thing that my position there is very, very tiny. Um, so it did not even create a big impact in my portfolio. So that's also another thing to consider, your sizing. So at least that one in this situation, I had to wait for a long time, and it's already recovering. And now I'm only see this still big, but only around 20 to 30% on negative. But ha- if I was able to add more here, then it could definitely it could lower my average down. But at that point, I was doubting to add more because considering the background of the company, it was in the build sector, right? So I was thinking, if I'm going to add more here and I have no clarity or no concrete answer to my questions that they will be back on track pretty soon, then I'd rather put my funds somewhere else, which I think I made the right decision there. But point here is that it's also recovering, right? But I had to pay the price because I did not watch the market right away. So it's your call. You have different ways to attack the market here. Okay, so SSI done. ATN. Oh, that was ATN. That's the next on my list. Okay, so what's interesting with ATN right now is that I think there was a news about them being suspended because of the quarantine. Uh, so I think that was an old news and they're just reviving it, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but I would have to say that given that a lot of projects are already resuming, I'd say there's a big chance that this MA20 line, where we just had a bounce today, will have some more bullish sentiment in the coming days. I don't think that news will really impact the um, the stock significantly. If there will be dips, it will be just slight overshoot downwards here, but I don't think we are going to go back to this level. Okay, so if it is going to drop maybe around 0.92, or worst would be 0.85. And I think this time around, given that I have a much clearer outlook now, I am going to go ahead and probably add at this point because I have some confirmation that we're now moving up. We're starting to recover. And while I was too focused on my other stocks, I still did not add in this company. But in case it drops, then that's probably the time. Those dips that we are going to experience, those will be my opportunity to start adding probably. But still, I'm going to manage my additional size that I'm going to put here. Okay, so the rest of my stocks, I think I don't have now. I already sold my SCC. So these are the stocks in my portfolio, and we're still looking good, looking healthy in our positions right here. So let's check that as well. PHA, nice bounce. This is a significant, wow, 12%. So guys, this is what I can say for PHA. With a solid 12% increase in just a day, I will not be surprised if people will be taking profit. And notice that you're also right at the overbought level. So if we are going to drop I would still plot our support right at this area just in case there will be some fluctuations and people will be taking profit. The nearer you are to 0.74, that would be a much better entry, because I see a support right at that level. Even better if we start the day higher than 0.84 and we end much higher than that, then that's a confirmation that we have a breakout play. And see this? Um, there are also occasions when you stay in an overbought level in a prolonged or in an extended period of time, and who knows, that can also happen again, right? So with this volume, so we'll see if it is going to start higher than 0.84, then that's a good story. FB, just stabilizing, still doing sideways overall. I'd like to say that this is our support, 68.20 or 68 level. That's our support area, still doing sideways over here. Oh, this stock also gives out a dividend. Feb, March, April, May, June. What is this, quarterly? Yeah, looks like they're giving out quarterly. Yeah, so this is FB, right? It also dropped and then starting to recover now. I think 68.04 would be a good level to try out and start, doing test buys. So this has already started to climb up, stabilize, probably create a brand new highs again. So interesting because this one as well had climbed up significantly too, right? That's for FBWPI. Okay, what's here? All right. So, looks like this is just bouncing right at a possible support. I see 0.60. 0.60 is a possible support in this scenario. You had some bounce that happened right here, and let us see if this will be supported or there's a follow through in this setup. But I'm plotting 0.60 if you just want to try out. Don't start huge right away. Test it first if it is indeed going to have a continuation by tomorrow. 0.60 is the support. The nearest resistance I see is around the MA20 line, and short-term wise that could act as a resistance. But overall, if you want to look at the bright side, yeah, there's still a big potential, but we do not know how long it will take, right? So this one also had a very, very long period of sideways the entire pandemic. This is in the tourism industry, right? Waterfront. So probably because uh, tourists are starting to gain some life after the lockdown, then probably this is the reason why it's already starting to recover, right? Then let's take a look at the other stocks. So let's try BDO. BDO also managed to bounce. Nice. Still looking healthy, although I did lock in some profit yesterday when I saw that red, but that's fine. It's just a small portion that I exited, just in case it drops some more I could buy. But looking at how we're panning out in today's candlestick, there's a big possibility that we are going to have a continuation tomorrow and another green candlestick for BDO. Let's take a look at BDO, MBT, ICT, and ACEN. MBT. Okay, profit taking that's currently happening, and you are okay. We already dropped. Let us see. So maybe what I can do here is let's try to measure this in our Fibonacci. Okay, So right at the MA20 line. So I'm just being conservative in case it drops further down. I suggest try to monitor how the price action is around the MA20 line. Are we going to see a bounce right there? Then that would be a much better entry comparing it with where the price is at the moment. Okay, I still see this retracing, but don't worry, MBT Metro Bank is Metro Bank, very stable company. But I suggest if you already have a bank in your portfolio, just choose one bank and then try to choose another stock that's in a different sector so that your portfolio is well diversified. Next would be ICT. ICT is also okay. Um, well, we're still respecting the MA20 line being a resistance over here, but we have to check. Let's see, maybe what I can do here is draw this descending line. This could act as your descending resistance, right? Now, the moment we break out of that, then we have a good breakout play and we might have a continuation to the upside. Overall, if you were to look at it on a weekly chart, let's see. So on a weekly chart, we're still technically in an uptrend, right? Look at that. Still doing uptrend. But again, the moment you open your weekly chart, be prepared because the outlook here is more of a mid to long term. So in case there will be fluctuations within the week, you shouldn't be nervous because you know that overall it's still in an uptrend. So in fact, maybe what you can do, the nearer you are to the 118 level, the better if in case the price revisits that area because you have a support right at this level. I see this, guys. That's a bounce happening right at that area, and you are still within the uptrend channel. So in case, let's say it goes all the way down here on the red, there's a big chance that it could touch that level and then you're entering at a support level. So that's a good story right there. ACEN on weekly chart, this is still at a resistance area. Now let's take a look at the daily. Yeah, so that is still a resistance level. Again, even though we have some foreign buying right here, check. If you want, you can wait for a breakout, another all-time high. But still, there's a lot of potential for this stock. But just know that there's a resistance very near wherever we are at this point in time. 646, that's a resistance level. Okay. All right, I think that is it for our Philippine market. I just want to also let you know, guys, that I'm very active in the US market. I'm closely monitoring the performance of our stocks there. So far, doing good. And I'm also closely monitoring my XRP. I have a position in XRP because on the 12th of December, the Spark token will be airdropped to whoever has an XRP. So yeah, technically today is still the 10th of December in the US market. So I I'm closely monitoring that and hopefully I'll definitely create a video as soon as that happens. We'll see what the price levels are and we'll see how our portfolio will look like in the US market. At the moment, this is it. This is our portfolio in the US market. I'm with eToro. I'm using this as my main platform. And so far, we're in. I added a few more stocks, by the way. OKE, T, XRP, ET, Altria, and AGNC, and Gilead. Gilead here is also in the pharmaceuticals industry. They develop vaccines and a lot of medicines related to uh, those for HIV and AIDS, and a lot more hepatitis. If you can just check out their company, Lyft, Zoom, Neo. So I think the only stocks that I have here that do not have dividend would be this Neo, Zoom, Lyft, because these are growth stocks that I am bullish in, and the rest they do give out very very attractive dividend, and the positions are also very very good. So I plan to somehow stay longer, and XRP of course because of the Spark token. So those are just my insights, and we're just hanging in here so far. Portfolio wise, we're still on a green for the month. So so far so good right there. And I think that's it. In case you want to also trade the US market, I will put my link down below so you can also consider creating an account in the US market, eToro. So far, a lot of traders and investors from the Philippines now are very, very active in eToro. So it's very good portal. All right. So I think that's it for this evening. Thank you guys for watching our video. In the meantime, bye bye, and you have a great night.